Good afternoon. Welcome to St. Luke's. It is so good to see you here, and you will be richly rewarded. My name is Brenda Tremblay. I'm the morning host on WXXI Classical and the music director here at St. Luke's. First of all, I want to tell you about 3 quick opportunities for you. But first, if you do need to use the restroom, it's right up this ramp, through the doors, and hang a right. Also, if you would silence your cell phones, that would be very helpful. If while you're thinking of it right now, just turn it off or put it into airplane mode or turn down the volume, and thank you very much. So, this concert is made possible by a team of volunteers that are very passionate and devoted to bringing live music to Brockport, and they are in the planning stages of their next concert series this summer. So your first opportunity is stick around, tell them what you want to hear here in Brockport this summer and next winter. If you have a favorite ensemble, favorite jazz band, favorite artist, you'd like to see them come to Brockport, this is your golden opportunity. Golden opportunity number 2 is you are surrounded by some beautiful windows. Some of them are Tiffany's, and I just wanted to point them out. That's one. That looks really great in the morning. Right now, the sun's on the opposite side of the building. Your second Tiffany window is this beautiful purple window with the luminescent angels over here on the south wall. And then the 3 other Tiffany's are directly behind you on the west wall, and I'm pointing them out now because you will have an opportunity in about an hour to see them blazing with light as the sun goes down. So as you're at the end of the performance, do turn around and remember to look at those windows. That trio there is by Tiffany, and it's called Peace, Perfect Peace. And it's a gorgeous lake scene, and I think you'll be able to see the stars at the top when the sun is blazing through there. What else? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, thank you so much if you made a donation. This, again, is a donation-driven, community, volunteer thing, and we're just thrilled you're here. You're going to be richly rewarded. Please join me in welcoming the Laura Dubin Trio. Laura, Tony, and Nick.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. We are so thrilled to be here today in this beautiful church. A huge thank you to all of you for being here and to everybody here at St. Luke's Episcopal Church and the town of Brockport for having us here today. Please give a warm round of applause to Nick Parker on the bass. And my husband, Antonio Guerrero, on the drums. Thank you so much. That was our jazz arrangement of Beethoven's Symphony No. 5. You're going to be hearing a lot of classical influenced jazz music on our program today, as well as some arrangements of the Great American Songbook tunes and some other jazz tunes that we hope you enjoy. So we got a wide variety for you. Next, we are going to play a piece which is the title track from our brand new album. We actually just recorded our 10th album at the end of 2023, and so today we're going to be playing repertoire from all of our albums, but our most recent one is an album of the music of Claude Bolling, and Claude Bolling was a French pianist and composer. He was really well known for writing movie scores and for writing this kind of classical jazz crossover music. And so we recorded a whole album dedicated to his music. And this is the title track of the album. This is called Baroque and Blue. And this piece of music was originally written as part of a suite for flute and jazz trio. And the album was sort of Claude Bolling's first big hit in the US. Hope you enjoy Baroque and Blue. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was a tune called Let Yourself Go, written by Irving Berlin. And that's the first song off of our second album, which is all music from the Great American Songbook. And that arrangement was kind of inspired by Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, who danced to that song together in a movie. And there were just all these different tempo changes and different feelings that they went throughout this long dance. So that arrangement was inspired by that. We're going to play one of our original tunes for you next. A few years ago, before the pandemic started, and what I'd like to think of as the before times, Antonio and I took a beautiful trip to Paris for our birthdays and anniversary in the summer of 2019, and it was just the most fantastic trip we've ever been on in our life, and it was so inspiring in so many ways. We decided to take all of that inspiration and turn it into an album. So when we got home from the trip, we recorded an album which was called Pieces of Paris. All original music inspired by the trip. And we'd like to play one of those tunes for you now. This one is called The Left Bank. And the Left Bank is a neighborhood in Paris where historically many musicians and artists and writers lived and still do. And it's just a beautiful place to spend your time when you're in Paris. So we hope you like this tune, The Left Bank. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was our arrangement of Mozart's Piano Sonata number 16 in C major, and that was combined with a piece by the saxophonist Charlie Parker called Yardbird Suite, because why not combine two completely unrelated pieces of music like that? Over our years of playing this kind of classical jazz style of music, we've discovered how truly jazzy some of these pieces of music sound. Like Mozart and Chopin, some of their melodies just seem to lend themselves so perfectly to jazz, and so some of the arrangements sort of created themselves. On that note, we are going to play another combination of a classical piece and a jazz piece next, and this is our arrangement of Claude Debussy's Clair de Lune, combined with Henry Mancini's Moon River. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was our little moon creation there. Claude Debussy's Clair de Lune combined with Henry Mancini's Moon River. We have been so lucky to perform at the Rochester International Jazz Festival several times. We just played there for our fourth time at the previous festival. Several years ago, when we played in 2019, we did a theme for our program, and it was the music of West Side Story. And we also recorded an album, which we officially released at the festival. And we'd like to play one of those pieces for you now. This is our arrangement of the prologue from West Side Story, as well as the Jet song. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was our arrangement of the prologue and the Jet song from West Side Story. Well, I just want to take a moment to say that I think churches are the absolute most beautiful places to play music. It just sounds so lovely in here. We are having the best time ever. And we think there is nothing better to play in a church than some Bach. And so we'd like to play a piece by Johann Sebastian Bach for you now. This is one of Bach's preludes from the Well-Tempered Clavier, which was a series of music that he wrote for keyboard with a prelude and fugue in all 12 major keys and all 12 minor keys. And this is our arrangement of the third prelude in C-sharp major. Thank you so much. Next, we're going to play another one of our original pieces, which again comes from the Pieces of Paris album. And this is a piece of music we wrote about the Louvre Museum in Paris, which I believe is the largest art museum in the whole world. And it's where you can see, among thousands and thousands of other beautiful works of art, you can see the Mona Lisa. And we stood in line for probably about 2 hours to see it for 60 seconds. It was totally worth it just to say that we've done it. But the museum was just a fantastic experience. And so this is a piece we wrote about the Louvre called Louvre Groove. Thank you. Thank you. That was our original piece, Louvre Groove. So I mentioned the Rochester Jazz Festival a while back, and this past summer in 2023, we performed at the Jazz Festival for the 4th time, and the theme that we did for that concert was the music of Marian McPartland, and she's been one of my all-time musical heroes. She's a wonderful jazz pianist who made such a long career for herself as a pianist, as a band leader, and also as the radio host for the show Piano Jazz, which ran on NPR for almost 35 years, and it was actually the longest running cultural program that NPR has ever had. And Marian McPartland hosted so many musicians on her show over the years. They would play duets together. They would have interviews, which were really more like casual conversations, and they'd each play their own solo pieces. And I grew up listening to piano jazz on the radio and also online just as reruns. And it's just been a world of learning and inspiration for me. So we decided we wanted the Marian McPartland music to be our theme. We also recorded an album, which we released at the festival. We have the albums with us here today. So we're going to play two of Marian McPartland's pieces for you next. First, we're going to play one of her arrangements of the great jazz standard All the Things You Are, which was composed by Jerome Kern and Oscar Hammerstein. And it's a beautiful arrangement that Marian recorded on several albums that sort of goes through a lot of different phases. A beautiful solo piano intro, followed by a very Bach-inspired way of playing the theme, and then finally it goes into just some swing. And then after that, we are going to play Marian's original composition, Kaleidoscope, which was the theme for piano jazz. So if you ever listened to the radio show Piano Jazz, then you heard this theme at the beginning and ending of each episode. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was our arrangement of Chopin's Nocturne in E-flat major, one of my favorite piano pieces of all time. We're going to play another piece by Claude Bolling next. This is another one on our brand new Claude Bolling CD. And this is a piece of music called Hispanic Dance, which was originally composed for classical guitar and jazz trio. This is the first movement of a suite that was composed for that instrumentation. Hope you like this one, Hispanic Dance. Thank you. Thank you. That was called Hispanic Dance, written by Claude Bolling. We've got a few more pieces left to share with you today, and next we're going to play a piece by one of my favorite pianists and my official favorite jazz composer, Horace Silver. And this is a piece called the St. Vitus Dance, not virus, but Vitus, V-I-T-U-S.
Yeah.
you. That's called the St. Vitus Dance, written by Horace Silver. We're going to play a piece by another one of our favorite pianists/composers, the great Dave Brubeck, who's been a huge influence on all of us as musicians. And this is his classic Blue Rondo a la Turk from his hit album Time Out, recorded in 1959. Thank you. Thank you. That was a piece of music composed by my all-time favorite pianist and music hero, the great Oscar Peterson. And we thought this would be a perfect piece to play in a beautiful church. This is called Hymn to Freedom. And it was recorded on Oscar Peterson's great album, Night Train. Well, we cannot believe how quickly this afternoon went by, but we've got one more piece of music to share with you. We'd like to say a huge thank you again to all of you for spending your afternoon with us. We truly, truly appreciate you being here, and we hope to say hello to you afterward. We'll be up in the green room up there, and we've got CDs available if you'd like to take one home with you, or if you'd just like to stop by and say hello. We would love to meet all of you. You can also, if you don't have a CD player anymore, I know that not everybody has one these days, you can also hear all of our music on Apple Music, Spotify, all those streaming platforms. But if you'd like to have the real physical album, we've got plenty of those with us today. A huge thank you to everybody here at St. Luke's Episcopal Church, to Jackie, to Brenda, to our wonderful sound and video crew. We found out earlier that this whole concert's being live streamed, and we're so excited to see the video afterward. It's fantastic that they're doing this. So huge thank you to everyone here and to everyone in the town of Brockport involved with this concert. Once again, how about a hand for Nick Parker on the bass? And Antonio Guerrero on the drums. My name's Laura Dubin. We're the Laura Dubin Trio. Thanks so much for joining us. We are going to finish with one of our favorite grand finale pieces. This is Sweet Georgia Brown.